Welcome everybody, my name is Ace and your watch has begun with a brand new video, Farthest Frontier. A game that is so brand new, it is technically not even out yet. I've been giving an early access to this game to check it out and see if it is up my alley and what I think of it. Hence, we will be doing that right now, because or at least I used to be a little bit of a building fanatic. I grew up during the time where the very first roller coaster tycoon was the epitome of gaming. Good times those were. And of course I spent hours, hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours, playing a game we affectionately know as City Skylines. A wonderful game, and ever since I've been looking for a brand new builder that really just has its fangs into me, really bites down and makes me kind of almost obsessed with wanting to play it. A lot of builders out there, but not quite the ones that I am seeking for. They always do something that doesn't quite vibe with me, like turning it into an RTS and pretending it's a building game. You know, like pretending that StarCraft is a building game seems a little silly to me. Or they push the management of resources to the extreme. Perhaps think of games like Factario, maybe even Anno, which also is not really my type of style of building, because I do enjoy some level of management, but not to a degree where it is the reason you're playing the game. Because I want to build, I want to build paradise. I want to build a utopia. I want to build perfection visually. And then if it works, that's good, right? Like make it work, but make it look better type of thing. That's what I'm looking for. And this game definitely was on my radar, as there are many of them on my radar that are in the building category. And this one specifically looks very visually pleasing. You can check it out right now. As we can see, it definitely has a unique style to it, although it does give me a bunch of Banished vibes, a game I also played for quite a long time on stream. Some of you old timers might remember that. Unfortunately, that game had like one person working on it at the time, so the development cycle was a little too slow to keep me interested and occupied. But this game might have similar vibes, as in the way it plays like Banished. And perhaps it might be a better version of Banished. Maybe it's nothing like Banished. That's why we're checking it out. And I'm very curious to see what is going on within the mechanics of this game. Now, it is, as I said, early access, pre-release. I've been giving a pre-release look at it, so everything you will see is taken with a grain of salt. Numerical values might change, they may add things, they may remove things. We don't know exactly how the final product is going to look, which is just something we need to be wary of as we play this game. Hopefully the sound and such is not too loud. Let's see, we have 3 levels of difficulty. Yes, see? Higher combat challenge results in larger, more frequent raids, with tougher attacker types in late-stage towns. On difficulties above Pioneer, invading armies can appear demanding tribute. Oh boy. So there is an offensive aspect to it. Invaders, who knows, maybe even the world itself tries to kill you. There does seem to be healthcare concerns. Don't want to have everybody fall over due to a plague here and there. So maybe we should just start Pioneer. It seems to be the most tuned towards my preferred playstyle. A little bit of pressure, but mostly the ability to just build freely. I guess we'll just call it Uderheim, the home of beasts. It seems appropriate. What do we have? Arid highlands, hard plains, medium, alpine, medium, lowland lakes, which is an easy environment, so we probably want to do that. Pacifist mode. Pacifist disables raiding parties, invading armies, and aggressive animals like wolves and bears. Okay, So there is just a free builder mode. I'm a big fan of that. Very good. Advanced settings. So you can decide if you want to do something specifically easier or harder, as opposed to just having a generic difficulty setting. Okay, that's fair. So you got some options. You've got some options. Just a quick look at something here. Do they have... they have refresh rate, background, VSync. Very good. I always like seeing these. They have windowed full screen. Yeah, so we've got all the settings we want as a content creator, as a streamer, and just for personal preference if you have multiple monitors. So that is all incredibly good. Pioneer is what I did. Low Lake, yep, Uderheim. So we can go to large or small. Let's do a medium map, and we'll see how long it takes to create the map in and of itself. Typically in my... Ooh.
Life can be harsh everywhere. But in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. This wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start as the masters of our own destiny.
A surprise cutscene. Wasn't expecting that. that caught me off guard. I wonder if that final shot is dependent on what map you choose, or if that's just baked in as is. Not that it really matters. All right, so it looks like the game does take a minute to create the maps in and of itself. Looks like there are towers that you can use as defense. Ooh, tower defense? Color me excited. Do love me a good tower defense. Yeah, games like these always concern me for one specific reason. The same issue I had with one of my favorite builders I've ever played, like City Skylines, right? The multi-core support issues. As one might know, like overcoding issues. Very tricky to have to deal with that. Oh. Looks like we're good. Looks like we're okay. Town center. We finished scouting the surrounding area. All right, so we have to build a town center. Let's see. Toggle overlays. I think this is desirability, if I remember correctly. Is that an I or an F? It was an I. I think this is water, from what I can see, which is interesting for wells. We do want to build close to here because I believe there's fishing involved, and fishing is quite a decent source of early game food in most of these games like this. There's plenty of water to go around, so that's promising. And then we also have F, which is this. I'm not sure what F is. Oh, wait, F is probably fertile soil for the farms and such. The darker the green, the more we can grow the bean. There you go, nailed it, 10 out of 10. All right, so we want to build nearby, but not so far away that it takes too long for them to walk. There's some... Ooh, this is a lot of green soil right here, so I might actually do something in here. Build residential right here, so we can build soil over here, here, and here. We also have access to water that way, just checking real quick if indeed the water is... Yeah, we have water here. Little scarce right here when I want to build the residential, but it doesn't seem to be totally dry. And I'm not sure if we can actually draw water from the lakes here. Although I imagine it would have to be boiled to hell and back. So I think I'm just going to build my camp right down. I like to build very specifically, so I'm kind of running it in my head. Let's do it right here. That way we can go in either direction. Okay, so it does teleport your people over if you decide to go in a different direction. Very good. It enables a fog of war. That's interesting, considering we know how the map looks. Housing shortage. Firewood is low. I just started. My goodness, you're already complaining. All right, so we need to build a couple of houses. Building menu, that is B. Then we have harvesting, which is H. Trees, stone, bushes, berries. Let's just hit everything around us so we can make some space. We have clear. We have managing of the walls. We have flattened terrain. So there is terraforming. That's very nice. You don't often see that in early access releases. Dirt roads. Wait, is that wagon just in the way then? Oh no, we can move it. Interesting. We can move the wagon. Let's move the wagon right over here so we can build around. I have to do this. I have to build a road around the camp. Oh, it has curves to it. Wait, does that mean I can build roads next to each other? Oh no, it just combines them and then curves them automatically. Oh, that's going to be interesting because the buildings are even and uneven. So building... Oh, okay, that's a problem. Oh, but I could do... If I build straight across it, it does seem to... Okay, so there are some things we can mess around with. Is there like a snap tool that is enabled? Toggle overlays, widgets, camera zoom, straighten, spline, shift. Is that what it is? Oh, wait. Is that what I think it is? Or maybe it is not. Maybe it is not. I don't know. I can't tell if shift is the way to go. It definitely seems to help a little bit. So there are tools possibly at play that can help us make a nice, comfortable road straight forward. Looks like the music is a little low here. I do want to have a little bit of ambient. Let's put it a little higher. Let's see if that works out. Very good. I can hear things now. All right. Firewood is still low. We need to build houses. They want us to build houses. Let's see. Housing. Wait, what do we have to build in? Amenities and services, housing, storage, food production. That's probably going to be important. You know. Resources, defenses, walls and roads, decoration. So we need housing. Housing is currently blocked. I imagine we have to finish this first then. Okay. Let's see, how far does the speed go? We have half speed, full speed, double speed, triple speed, and that's it. Triple speed seems to be the max on 4. That's an interesting decision, to put triple speed on 4. But I guess that makes sense, because 1 is half speed. Alright. So H is harvesting. I want to grab some logs as well, if I can. Okay. Let's see how this looks. We can zoom in a little bit. Very good. Sweet. Alright. Toggle garrison villagers. Ah, you have some time management access. Very good. Village professions. Ah, which is this thing. That's P. P for... Yes. Alright, let's see. Healer, knights. There's a lot of jobs. And it looks like you can control them if you have access to them. Up to a maximum of 4 builders, I imagine this means. And we currently have access to a total labor force of 11. Okay. Well, we need to build some housing. As you can see, it's unlocked now. So the houses are 3x3. Ooh, which is a little unfortunate, isn't it just... But that's okay though. I think I can make this work. I think I can make a visual appeal happen here. Alright, because we have the shift button. Right, so I can do this. And then I can do... Oh, it actually goes on the other thing. Okay, maybe I cannot do it. Outrageous. Can I draw... Oh, I can draw a straight line. Okay, so it is possible. It's just a little temperamental, the roads. This is very similar to, oh, what is that game called? Zoo Tycoon, where the pathing is very temperamental. Firewood is low, housing shortage. Alright, so they want me to make some fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, fireworks, not firewood. No. Fireworks. Alright. Well, what is thunder if not nature's fireworks? Alright. So I believe then we have access to... Is it resources? Firewood splitter. Basic well. Ah, so you have to make wells as well, huh? Making wells as well. I'll show myself out. Alright. B. Can you rotate? Yes, you can. Tab is rotating, I believe. Yep. Or shift and tab. If you're feeling particularly frisky. Although that opens up the Steam network for me, which is a little different than what I was expecting, but it's okay. So we'll build that. Very good. Oh no, it's still all selected. Okay, so it's selected with white. Very good. Probably want to draw this line so I can make a fishing thing happen. Can I make fishing? Or is that like things you have to research later? Food production. What do we have? Hunter's cabin. Forager shack. Fishing shack. Crop field. Smokehouse. So this is probably going to be important for the winter times, as it allows you to preserve the food longer. Ah, so yeah, Fisher Shack over here. Ooh, okay. Looks like there is indeed an area around it. I wonder if there's like an overlap penalty. Typically in games like these, you have overlap penalties. For better or for worse. The road is obstructed. Damn, that's loud. Hope you guys are not scared of a little bit of lightning. Alright, let's just make a road here. I can rotate the camera. Let's see where I can build that fishing shack. Okay, so you do have to... Looks like it is quite tricky to get close. God damn. Okay, maybe turning the weather sounds down a little bit might be a little might be a little impressive. That's loud. That's very loud. So we do have the ability to flatten terrain. So maybe that is something we have to look into here. Let's flatten that terrain. Let's flatten this terrain and see how that works. Because I do want to build the fishing shack closer to water, because the circle seems to be relatively small, and its efficiency is contingent on how much water is inside of the circle. More people await your world. Well, they can wait all they want. I do want to build a forager shack. So let's see what we can forage. There's a lot of berries up there, so maybe some foraging over here probably wouldn't be too shabby. Does kind of give you an idea of what is forageable in that area. Developed land. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the sake of foraging? I don't know. There seem to be a lot of things here. I kind of want to build a forager in this area too. So maybe it is a combined effort here. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, let's just build a straight line here. There you go. And then we build forager shack right in this place, maybe? Doesn't seem to increase its efficiency anymore. Now, I am building quite far away from the starting position. And I do not know if that's a thing that is allowed or not. Because there does seem to be travel for the people, right? Those are one of the reasons why the roads might be so very important. And I'm not sure if there is a downside this early to build this far apart. Because this doesn't seem visually very far apart. Like this would take us In real life, this would take us but a minute or two to walk from one end to the other, right? If you have a brisk walk, maybe. But in games like these, this could be the difference between surviving in the early game or just downright dying. Villagers are already being born. Okay. As well as we have new immigrants as well. That's quick. That's very quick. Alright, so we have a firewood splitter right now. Requires materials, storage 20 in and of itself. So we have to make sure we get storage as well. Let's take a look at the profession screen. Ah yes, 1 firewood splitter per firewood splitter. Alright, that makes sense. Very good. I can work with that. Firewood is increasing rapidly. Impending heat wave. What does one do against the heat wave? Well, I have no idea. Says the person who has been in a heat wave for the last couple of weeks, pretty much. Stockyard. Building materials. Storehouse. Oh, so you have the ability to store everything? Interesting. What found stockyards? Oh, we need a stockyard to be able to build a more specific places to store. I see. I see. Okay, so why is that turning yellow? Not sure. I can build there. I don't know why that is designated to be yellow. We'll just build it up there. I'm sure it will be fine. Let's actually prioritize this for the sake of building. We still have plenty of stuff being cut down and whatnot. Alright, so now we also have a forager, I imagine. Let's check it out. Press P. Do we see one? Yes, right here. Okay, so we have a source of food. Albeit a minor one. The road still being created. Food production. A hunter cabin, which is probably something we have to look into. Still want to see if I can actually... maybe get in here. I can't build the fishing stuff in the water. How delightful. Maybe I should just build it. Just so we have some sort of food coming in. Because my food is getting low. Although I imagine that is low. So let's prioritize the fishing shack as well. Prioritize. There you go. Oh, it's already done? Stockyard is indeed already done. Interesting. Very good. Does that mean I unlocked the other building in storage? I did. Alright, storehouse. We also have root cellar, which allows us to preserve food better. Probably a wise idea, isn't it? To preserve food just a little bit better. We'll do it over here. There you go. Speaking of food and crops, let's see. Food production. Because we did have crop fields. We also have a hunter cabin. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Everything seems to be red. Does it turn green anywhere? Ah, I can capture deer right here. Carcass spawn 4. That seems like a very awkward way of doing things. You would expect during these dense forest places to be more food sources. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, or maybe it's more designed for like the colder places. Who knows? Let's actually take a look at these crops. Because we do seem to have the ability to make some decent fertility up here. Okay. So we want to do that. That's water. That's fertility. Okay. Hmm. We'll do that for the sake of visual appeal. And then we'll build crops around here. We'll make this little space the crop area. Maybe we can build like another fishing hut over there then. Let's see what we can do with crops. Ah, there's a minimal size to it. Looks like field size 5x5. Invalid location. Alright, looks like it's indeed a minimal of 5x5. So let's start small and let's scale it back up. So let's make one little farm there. See how that goes. It's very difficult to like build perfection right now because I'm not sure what the optimal ratios are and what buildings have what size and such. You can't really preemptively plan. The problem with building games. The first time you build a base, it's always one of the more messier ones, I suppose, isn't it? Firewood is low. Yeah, we are working on it. We are working on it. Does look like we might have to find some more stone. Ah, you can just also select things on a case-to-case basis. Very good. Does that need firewood? Or is that showing it's firewood? Oh, it's showing it's firewood. Alright, we are getting food. Which is very nice. So they need access to clean drinking water to stave off all the terrible things. As I find the cemetery. Okay, yeah, that's apt. That's a defensive thing. Food production. Storage. Where's the well? Is that under food? No, of course not. It's under resources. There it is. Alright, so the darker the blue, the greater the hue. Or something. Let's build one over here. So it is a 2x2 that is seemingly required. And that's okay. We'll build one over here as well. Probably want to build something near this place too then. One would imagine. We'll build one there over there because once we expand the residential... can I actually expand the residential properly? Yeah, there you go. Boom. We can build 2 more houses on the side. Maybe add some decorations. They will presumably have some value and purpose. That's a lot of work power that is required on that crop. It's only a 5x5, which is the minimal amount. Interesting. Okay, so getting your crops sorted early is quite the important thing to do. Good, that's noted. Alright, your settlement requires additional housing to support a larger population. Well, let's get more people. Alright. I guess I needed to push it one further, huh? Maybe it's fine. We can always delete it. Because I think you can, at some point, move buildings. Or maybe that's only for buildings that have the ability to move. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I guess time will tell. Okay. Maybe I should have... Yeah, maybe I should have made an opening in the middle here. A 2x2 opening in the middle. So I can put things in the middle that are supportive, such as the well, and then build residential to the sides. Maybe that might have been a better approach to that, visually. I'm already like figuring out how to make things look better, despite the fact not even knowing how the game functions. Welcome to my brain, everybody. Yeah, it does look like... How many farmers are on a 5x5 plot? Farmer, just the one. So per 5x5, a minimal of 1 is required? Or a maximum of 1 is allowed, I should say. Interesting. Okay. But fair enough. Fair enough. Defenses. This is a... Okay, that's interesting. What do these arrows mean? Because my RPG brain is telling me those are like bonuses to hit, but that makes no sense. Is this like an indicator how easy it is to hit certain locations or something? Maybe that's what's happening here? Oh, we need planks for that too. We don't have any planks. Let's see. Resources. Saw pit. That will allow us to make the planks. Alright. So it does fit in quite nicely here. So let's just do that. Can we sustain forestry? Do the trees grow back naturally over time? Or must I do something that allow... We got some new villagers, nice. Or do I have to do something that allows me to gain... Like, do I have to build something for that? Like a forester in certain games that take down wood automatically, but also plant new trees. Resources. Let's see what we have. Tannery, cobble shop, Fletcher. That's for hunting. Basket shop. Use willow to make baskets for workers. Okay, so there are tools to upgrade as well to make your villagers more efficient at what they do. Very nice. Oh, increased fertility. Compost yard. Interesting. So during the winter, indeed, the crops become disabled. The fishing does not. Certain games, when the water freezes, the fishing stops as well. Doesn't seem to be the game in, or doesn't seem to be the case in this game. Which is very good. Maybe I want to try that hunter after all. Let's make a road here into the forest. And then see what that hunter ends up doing. Food production. Hunter cabin. It's interesting because I'm not really getting any ideas on what is good or what is bad based on this. Okay. At least we didn't get an overlap penalty. Makes sense because it's the first one. We couldn't overlap even if we wanted. Speaking of overlap, let's see real quickly. Fishing shack. Fishing production is indeed getting penalized because the fishing area is terrible, it would seem. Fish count, 555. Wait, there's a limitation to fish? I wonder if this is finite shenanigans, which would be concerning. I'm not a big fan of like finite resources. I want to be able to either sustain them or make renewable resources, or have the ability to gain infinite resources. Because otherwise you're like playing the game on a an invisible timer before it runs out, right? And I don't like that level of anxiety that comes with that for me. I don't enjoy that personally. So we did have the ability to make a smokehouse. Oh, that fits perfectly right here. Right next to the plank boys. Next to the well. Perfect. Let's go. It's all coming together. Wonderbar. Alright. Wait, can I? Oh, look at that. I can actually make a road like this as well. Nice. Perfectly. Let's go full grid mode. food stocks are low. So maybe it's definitely more of a... I mean, we do have nuts here, and we have berries, so we have food. That is considered food, right? Right? One can only... maybe we have to make something else that allows us to turn that into food? Like a cooking... I don't know. Well, we can make smoked fish. Yeah, maybe it is just the fact that it takes too long to go from one place to another. Maybe that's the issue there. All right. Don't see anything interesting. You can upgrade buildings by the looks of it. I do like upgrades. I hope they also change visually then. I won't be able to find that out in this video, but I do hope that if there is a method of upgrading, that it also visually represents that, as opposed to just giving numerical values. Alright, so yeah, so far it definitely gives me a lot of Banished vibes. The weather definitely is intense. I've also been playing on like 3 times speed apparently, which might be a devastating thing. So we have to be careful on how to position everything. And we definitely want to consider building closer to one another, I think. Building everything a little bit more condensed until we have better means of moving our resource. Wow. Okay, I wonder if those lightning strikes can actually hurt my buildings. I don't know if they can. Visually, it definitely looks like they would. Alright. Thunderstorm aside, this is a pretty curious game. I'll probably be live streaming it today or the coming days, depending on when this video goes live, to get a little bit more of an in-depth view of it. But so far, it definitely looks promising. What do you guys think? And do you guys know if there are infinite resources or renewable resources? Let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video, which hopefully will also be quite interesting. Who knows? I've got some things lined up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'm out!